I just did a Facebook Live and I thought, you know what? I think my YouTube channel would appreciate this one because a few years ago, probably several years ago, actually, I did a video that I literally spoke to everyone that had a drum hanging on their wall collecting dust. And I said, could you please get that drum off the wall, dust it off, and play it like it's a musical instrument? Not that it's not a decoration. Drums don't belong on the walls, right? They belong where you can see them, where you're going to pick them up and play them, not hidden away in a cupboard or underneath a bed or something. And believe it or not, I can't remember which video that was exactly, but I got so many comments. It's probably one of the highest viewed videos. So many comments of people saying, I took the drum off the wall. Thank you. And I think that it's more than due now to overdue to have a little kick up the backside, as I call it. I gave it to my platinum and my keeper people yesterday, keepers of the rhythm students, and they thanked me for it. One of my students even sent me a voicemail this morning and it made my day. She was like, thank you. That's exactly what I needed. So I'm just going to share the Facebook Live that I just made talking about warping time, getting things done, because I know so many of you are putting off learning drumming properly until someday. My YouTube videos here are just to give you little tasters, but when you're ready now to learn, I have two amazing courses, no matter what level you're at, that give you the structure that save you so much time, but make it so fun and makes you realize that it's completely doable. But once you watch this Facebook Live, you'll see how much you can actually get done in like 90 days, right? Just by getting up 1 hour earlier. You don't have to get up an hour earlier, but I'm just the whole thing, that video will explain it. For another live, did you know that if you get up 1 hour earlier for a year, you would get an extra 9 40-hour work weeks in your time, right? That's insane. I may have shared that yesterday on yesterday's live, but I really am fired up about this whole time warping, ninjafying your schedule, and I am seeing what's possible to get done in a fraction of the time that I would get stuff done before. So I'm just popping on here quickly because the longer I stay on here, I know I'm actually procrastinating from getting my homework done for my own course that I'm taking with my mentor, and we have a hot seat at 3. So I know I still very aware of when I'm procrastinating, so don't think that I've got it all figured out. But I wanted to share with some of you in particular who find it hard to find the time to do the things that you want to pursue. And I can relate to this because it's very easy to enroll yourself in believing that there's not enough time, right? But then you see other people with the same amount of time going off and doing big things. So the thing that I find is something to be aware of is when I'm wasting time, when I'm feeling tired, when I'm feeling extra tired all the time, aside from being in perimenopause, because I can use that excuse all day long, right? So I know a lot of my female friends on here, you'll be like, I'm with you. But I'm no longer enrolling myself in using that as an excuse, right? So no excuses anymore, right? Ladies in particular on this one, because I get it more than you know, right? That's a whole other lie, right? But I find that when I feel like I don't really know what I'm working towards, it's kind of like when you don't have a purpose, right? You feel kind of like you're kind of been flopping around in a tumble dryer. I know that for most of the second half of last year and the early part of this year, that's how I felt, right? After grief and loss, um, I was really struggling, and I found it very difficult, even for me, I'm probably the most positive person that I know, other than my mentor now, because I thought I was positive. Holy smacks. She's at another level, and that's super inspiring to me. But where was I going with this? Yes, I find that when I'm on purpose, I I love getting up early. I have more energy in the last couple of weeks than I've had in a long time. And I remember feeling like this going through leadership when I felt really on purpose. And I remember talking to my leadership coach, one of them, Michael Strasner. Amazing. If you want to learn about leadership, check out Michael Strasner. He's phenomenal. So I'm constantly replaying things that Michael Strassner says in my head. And if I'm ever in doubt, what would Michael Strassner say? Right? So he really lit the fire under me. And I was talking with him on a call one night. I was explaining to him when I was back into my running, and I was saying how I taught for 12 back-to-back private lessons that day. And it was like 11 o'clock at night on this call because it was coming out of LA. I was like doing leadership. This is what's possible. I did leadership for 4 months, and it was based out of LA, and I'm in Scotland. And so I literally was on these calls from 5 o'clock UK time till 5 a.m. in the morning, right? By the end of it, I had jet lag, right? It was like I was 8 hours difference. And so that's what some people would think, oh, I can't do that course because it's in the middle of the night. I did that course. A lot of people in the UK did that course. So there's a lot of stuff that is completely doable. You just have to see it. It's like when I go do film sets, not everyone is prepared to get up at 2:30 to be on set for 3:30 or 4 for hair and makeup and stuff, right? To me, that's a cool reason to get up early, right? It's like getting up early for your holiday. You don't feel like I have to get up at 3. You're excited to get up at 3 to go to the airport. You might not feel all great, but so anyway, when it comes to time, I would just want to leave one question with you, is that what are you excited about? If you could achieve anything you wanted, even in the next 90 days. My mentor said the other night, really, your life can completely and utterly change in 90 days. And it can, because you've seen movies about it, you watch hero stories about it. So ask yourself, what could you get excited about achieving in 90 days? Could be a year. But I find that when I talk to people like, oh yeah, I'm working on this music book, and I say, oh, when's it coming out? And they're like, well, maybe like in about 2 or 3 years. That, in my opinion, is way too long of a goal, because it'll take as long as you say it's going to take. So when I first said to my coach, I want to write another book. And this is actually one of my leadership coaches in 2021, November 2020. I said that, and by April of 2021, I had connected with people for this 2-year project to do 13 books in 2 years with some of the top mindset people in the world, for people from the movie The Secret. And so I set the intention, I wanted to write another book by October of 2021, and by April 2021, I was then collaborating with 33 other authors on this amazing book deal. So intentions, getting really clear on your goal, even just start asking yourself. I have this beautiful hardcover book here that is just for writing all my special ideas. They might happen, they might not, but just start, getting that ball rolling, and see what comes. I'm curious if I'm streaming in this Ecamm live thing on Facebook, so I can't see comments. Maybe I can. Trying something out here, stretching myself again with different new technology. So thank you for everyone who watched my Facebook Live yesterday. I really try to embrace it being messy but done, rather than perfect and not done yet. So that's what I'm doing here. But I would love to hear if you could achieve anything in 90 days or in the next 12 months. Like if you could wave your magic wand and all of a sudden you have to work and you just had time committed just to do this special, really cool project that you said you've always wanted to do someday, right? That someday thing's a disease, right? Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you and wish you a great Thursday. Off to do my homework. That's your homework for today, is to leave me a little comment and let me know what you're fired up about. Even if just one person needed to hear that today, that was worth my time to make that, because nothing breaks my heart more than when someone gives up on themselves before they even freaking try, right? So just do me a favor, get your drum out today, it doesn't have to be one of the videos for my YouTube channel, but it'd be great. If you haven't gone through my 7 rhythms in 7 days, please do that. It's a super fun free challenge. But if you know that I'm your teacher and you love my style of teaching, and this is who I am in my courses. It's like a little dose of like life coach on top of it, right? But it's not that I think that I know everything when it comes to, life. but I try to take what I've been learning from all of my mentors. I've had a mentor for decades now, and I'm constantly learning, constantly weaving a lot of this mindset stuff into drum lessons as well. And I know that makes a difference because my students tell me. And if you think you're too old for this, no, if you go on to my Keepers of the Rhythm, uh, I think it's my registration page for the Keepers of the Rhythm, which is levels 2, 3, and 4. Now that's not for raw beginners, but I want you to just go and check out that registration page because you'll see testimonials on there from people that are retired, who started later in life, who'd never played an instrument before, who were told from other teachers that they'll never be a great drummer. And you'll see their success stories. If anything, it will just make you smile and think, okay, if they can do it, I can do it too. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now. Drum on.